Imagine a world where luxury isn't just about products, but about storytelling, heritage, and culture. A world where the very idea of exclusivity is redefined time and again, and where some of the most iconic brands on earth are stitched together under one masterful vision. Welcome back to Stag Research. I'm your host, Mr. Stag. If you love deep dives on business empires, founder legacies, and the stories behind the brands you see everywhere, you're in the right place. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an insider story. That world is LVMH, the global luxury empire built by one man, Bernard Arnault. From a modest upbringing in northern France, Arnault rose to become the richest man in fashion, shaping industries, economies, and even art itself. But this is not just a story of money. It's a story of vision and patience, of bold gambles and strategic brilliance. How does one man transform struggling fashion houses into a multi-billion-dollar empire that spans fashion, wine, jewelry, cosmetics, and more? How did Arnault rewrite the rules of luxury business and culture? In today's video, we'll explore the incredible rise of Bernard Arnault and the making of LVMH, the world's largest luxury conglomerate. From its early days to its modern dominance, from family legacies to fierce boardroom battles, you're about to see how luxury was reinvented for the 21st century. So sit back, get comfortable, and let's get started. Bernard Arnault was born on March 5, 1949, in Roubaix, France. His father, Jean Arnault, owned a successful civil engineering company. From an early age, Bernard showed signs of being different from his peers, not content to simply take over the family business. He attended the prestigious École Polytechnique, one of France's elite engineering schools. But while his classmates focused on engineering, Arnault was already thinking about finance and business strategy. After graduation, he joined his father's company and quickly convinced him to shift the company's focus toward real estate development. One of his earliest deals involved convincing the French government to let him build vacation apartments, a move that foreshadowed his ability to turn influence into income. His early exposure to engineering and real estate development gave Arnault a unique blend of technical know-how and business acumen. This combination would later prove invaluable when he started transforming the luxury goods market. Unlike many luxury moguls who began in fashion, Arnault's foundation was firmly rooted in strategy and calculated risk-taking. This combination of academic excellence and bold business moves set Arnault apart early. But his ambitions were far greater than real estate. While France had produced political leaders and philosophers, few businessmen had yet made the global impact Arnault was aiming for. In the mid-1980s, Bernard Arnault saw an opportunity where others saw disaster. A bankrupt textile giant, Boussac Saint-Frère, was on the verge of collapse, its assets in shambles, its future uncertain. But hidden within the ruins was a legendary name, Christian Dior. Arnault recognized that reviving Dior could be the key to building something extraordinary. With $15 million from his family's fortune and the backing of French investors, Arnault took control of Boussac. It was a high-stakes gamble, one that nearly ended in disaster. As creditors circled and critics doubted, Arnault made ruthless decisions, selling off non-core assets and focusing all efforts on resurrecting Dior. Against the odds, Dior returned to glory. Arnault's resilience and vision transformed near bankruptcy into the foundation of a luxury empire. This was just the beginning. Arnault's boldness in the face of failure would become his signature, and the world of luxury would never be the same. Bernard Arnault made a move that would change the luxury world forever. He set his sights on LVMH, a newly formed giant from the merger of Louis Vuitton and Moët Hennessy. Rivals underestimated him, but Arnault's relentless strategy paid off. By 1989, he emerged as the majority owner, setting the stage for a luxury empire. Over the next decades, Arnault acquired or developed more than 75 prestigious brands, Givenchy, Fendi, Bulgari, and Tiffany Co, transforming LVMH into the world's leading luxury group. Arnault's genius. He let each brand keep its creative independence, while harnessing LVMH's global power, fueling innovation and prestige across the portfolio. The result? LVMH became not just a business but a cultural institution, where heritage, craftsmanship, and modern vision meet. With Dior revived, Arnault set his sights on something bigger, transforming LVMH into the ultimate lifestyle empire. He didn't just want to own brands, he wanted to dominate every category: fashion, jewelry, cosmetics, wine, spirits, and luxury hotels. The 2021 acquisition of Tiffany Co for nearly $16 billion was a masterstroke, securing LVMH's place at the top of the luxury world. Arnault's secret weapon, partnering with visionary designers like Marc Jacobs, John Galliano, and Virgil Abloh, making LVMH a cultural powerhouse. He embraced digital luxury early, streaming runway shows on Instagram and connecting with a new generation of buyers. Beyond brands, Arnault quietly built a real estate portfolio, owning some of Paris's most coveted properties, from luxury hotels to iconic storefronts. Under Arnault, LVMH became more than a business. It became a symbol of aspiration, heritage, and modern luxury. The world watched as LVMH set the standard for what it means to live and dream in luxury. By 2020, Bernard Arnault was not just building brands, he was battling for the top spot on the world's rich lists, trading places with Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos as the richest person alive. While tech moguls made headlines with rockets and tweets, Arnault quietly amassed his fortune through luxury. Louis Vuitton bags, Dom Pérignon champagne, and Bulgari jewelry became global status symbols. But Arnault's ambitions went beyond wealth. He began grooming his 5 children, Delphine, Antoine, Alexandre, Frédéric, and Jean, for leadership, ensuring the Arnault dynasty would control LVMH for generations. Delphine Arnault, his eldest daughter, now leads Christian Dior couture, while his sons hold key roles across the empire, each move scrutinized by the media and investors. Yet controversy followed. Arnault's aggressive business tactics, legal battles, and even his foray into social media, sparring with rivals on Twitter, kept him in the headlines and under scrutiny. From media feuds to legal showdowns, Arnault's empire faced criticism for tax strategies and monopolistic power, but the allure of LVMH's brands only grew stronger. Through it all, Arnault's vision remained clear: to make LVMH not just a business, but a way of life, where luxury is lived, not just bought. For Bernard Arnault, it was never just about buying luxury. It was about shaping the very definition of it for the world's elite. But even for a giant like LVMH, the world of luxury is anything but a one-man show. As Bernard Arnault's empire grew, so too did the competition, the most formidable rival, Hermès. While LVMH expanded aggressively, Hermès stayed deliberately niche, preserving its image of scarcity and perfection. Its Birkin and Kelly handbags became global symbols of unattainable elegance, and with sky-high profit margins, Hermès at times even outpaced LVMH in market performance. In fact, in 2023, Hermès briefly eclipsed LVMH in market capitalization, sparking headlines that the House of Arnault had finally met its match. Then there's Kering, the family-controlled conglomerate behind Gucci, Saint Laurent, and Balenciaga. For a time, Gucci's resurgence under Alessandro Michele brought Kering roaring back to relevance, but creative shifts and slowing momentum in key markets like China left the group vulnerable, especially as LVMH's portfolio remained stable and ever-growing. Meanwhile, Richemont carved out its own luxury empire in jewelry and timepieces. With brands like Cartier and Van Cleef and Arpels, Richemont dominates the ultra-wealthy segment of fine jewelry, where margins are enormous and loyalty runs deep. Each of these houses has its own flavor, its own legacy, yet all of them orbit the gravitational pull of LVMH. Arnault's genius wasn't just in acquiring brands, it was in creating an ecosystem, a luxury solar system where every label had room to shine, while still feeding the same empire. The battle for dominance in luxury is quiet, elite, and often invisible to outsiders, but it's fierce, and it's far from over. Because in the world of luxury, prestige is power, and power never rests. Bernard Arnault is not just about profits. His passion for art led him to create the Louis Vuitton Foundation, a stunning museum and cultural center in Paris designed by Frank Gehry. It's a symbol of how Arnault sees luxury, not just as wealth, but as culture. Art, architecture, and fashion all come together in his vision of cultural dominance. And with the rise of digital luxury, NFTs, and AI-driven marketing, LVMH continues to evolve, ensuring it stays relevant to the next generation of luxury consumers. One of the defining elements of Arnault's empire is the blending of legacy with innovation. Where many saw luxury as static, Arnault made it dynamic. His use of AI-driven customer analysis and predictive trends keeps LVMH one step ahead of rivals, constantly tailoring collections and launches to shifting global tastes. Perhaps the ultimate irony is that while the tech world fights over digital empires, Bernard Arnault built his wealth the old-fashioned way, through tangible products, timeless craftsmanship, and generational thinking. Arnault's philanthropy also plays a role in shaping his legacy. Beyond business, he has contributed millions to art preservation, education, and social causes, cementing LVMH's image as a socially conscious luxury leader. Looking forward, LVMH faces challenges such as sustainability demands, shifting consumer values, and geopolitical tensions. But Arnault's track record suggests he will navigate these with his usual blend of caution and boldness. Bernard Arnault didn't just build a company, he created a universe of luxury where art, culture, business, and craftsmanship intersect. His story is a testament to the power of vision combined with relentless execution. From the dusty streets of Roubaix to the glittering avenues of Paris and beyond, Arnault's empire influences everything from what we wear to what we collect and how we perceive value itself. But with great power comes great scrutiny. His empire faces challenges from changing consumer values, environmental demands, and global uncertainty. The future of LVMH will depend on the next generation of Arnault's leadership, innovation in sustainability, and navigating a world where luxury must constantly reinvent itself. What's your take on Bernard Arnault's legacy? Is LVMH's dominance good for the luxury market or a sign of monopolistic risk? And which LVMH brand do you love the most? Drop your thoughts and questions below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the world's most fascinating business stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more content from Stag Research. Thanks for watching. Mr. Stag, logging off.